There is something strange happening with the way we think. Even intelligent people feel confused, reactive, overwhelmed. They make important decisions based on headlines, fleeting opinions, or poorly digested emotions. They live their lives putting out mental fires. But deep down, they know they're losing sight of the big picture. It's like they're playing a game without knowing the rules. In this video, you'll discover what strategic thinking is. And more than that, you'll learn how to apply it in your life to make decisions with clarity, intention, and long-term vision. You'll understand why your mind operates in an outdated way and how to reprogram it to deal with the complex challenges of the present and the future. Thinking strategically is thinking about your own thinking. It's getting out of automatic mode. While most people react to the now, strategic thinkers observe larger patterns. They build a worldview deliberately, and they revisit that vision frequently because they understand that the world changes and that a mind that stands still becomes irrelevant. The first practice is simple but powerful. Stop absorbing everything as immediate truth. Before interpreting a fact, ask yourself, does this reinforce or challenge my worldview? And if it challenges it, is it because it's wrong or because it's something I don't yet fully understand? That small space between stimulus and response is where strategic thinking begins. It is in that interval that decisions are born that truly change the course of your life. You don't have to be wrong for your worldview to become outdated. All it takes is for the world to change, and it changes all the time. Technology, culture, politics, social habits, personal relationships. The only constant is change. But even so, most people continue to think as if they live in a world that no longer exists. This is dangerous because any mental model, no matter how effective it may have been in the past, becomes a risk when it is no longer reviewed. Strategic thinking is born from this awareness, from a willingness to question yourself, not out of insecurity, but out of responsibility. Updating your worldview is not about changing your mind all the time. It's about keeping your mind moving. It's recognizing that just as a system needs updates to function better, so does the human mind, and it needs them constantly. The practice here is straightforward. Schedule regular questioning. Once a month, sit down with yourself and ask, what has changed out there? What has changed in here? What still makes sense? This simple habit reduces the risk of getting stuck in old certainties, and it brings you closer to the mindset of someone who thinks with autonomy, adaptability, and vision. That's what strategic thinking is all about. It's not about being right all the time. It's about continuing to evolve. Strategic thinking is not a talent. It's a skill. And like any training in the beginning, it's uncomfortable. The human brain is programmed to seek cognitive comfort. It prefers to repeat rather than review. It confirms rather than questions. That's why thinking strategically requires conscious effort. At first, it's uncomfortable to hear ideas you don't agree with, or to encounter opinions that challenge everything you believed. But this discomfort is a sign of growth. It's your thinking shifting from passive to active. Here's a fundamental practice. Regularly expose yourself to perspectives different from your own. This doesn't mean accepting everything. It means listening carefully. When we listen to understand, rather than to refute, something powerful happens. Our mind learns to expand without collapsing. You can start simply. Read authors who think differently, watch quality debates, talk to people outside your bubble. And most importantly, record how you feel during this process. Recognizing resistance is already part of the training. Over time, this practice ceases to be strange and becomes natural. You begin to build a more resilient, broader, and less impulsive mind. A mind that does not collapse in the face of the new, but welcomes the new as a tool for clarity. This is the muscle that sustains strategic thinking. In a world where everything demands a quick response, strategic thinking is a form of resistance. While many react, true leaders deliberate. While some chase the next result, strategic thinkers build structures that sustain consistent results. This mindset doesn't just apply to governments or large corporations. It applies to personal decisions, creative projects, relationships, and careers. The difference between stagnation and growth often lies in how you think before you act. Want to be an entrepreneur? Strategic thinking is recognizing market patterns, understanding timing, knowing when to accelerate and when to retreat. Want to grow in your career? It's knowing which skills to develop now, which connections to strengthen, where to allocate your attention. Want to improve your personal life? It's identifying habits that seem harmless but are undermining your future. It's having the courage to redesign your route, even if it requires leaving your comfort zone. What do all these scenarios have in common? The need to think with vision, to choose what matters, and sustain that choice over time. Strategic thinking is this: a lens, a way of living, deciding, and acting that transforms noise into direction. And the more you practice, the more it adjusts. The more you see, the more you lead your own life with clarity, focus, and purpose. If this content made sense to you, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Here, you'll find mental tools to think better, decide with more clarity, and evolve with purpose. See you soon.